Hi everyone, and welcome to Jane Talks Buffy, where I'll be talking about and reviewing all the episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer in order. Today I'm looking at Season 5, Episode 13, Blood Ties. We begin the episode with Willow wanting to celebrate Buffy's birthday, but she's not fussed, and Xander worries how they're going to beat Glory.
Well, you know what they say, the bigger they are,
the faster they stomp you into nothing.
Giles exposits that Glory and her buds ruled over one of the many hell dimensions, and being stuck as human has weakened her powers and her mind, hence why she's brain-sucking people. And the gang ask about the key, and Buffy admits she knows where it is and tells the others the truth. The Knights of Who's It are chanting in the woods when they're attacked by Glory's goons, but they're all swiftly dealt with, leaving only Jinx left alive. They're about to finish him off when Glory shows up, killing 2 of them and holding the 3rd captive. And into the credits we go. Willow and Tara are right in the middle of the street doing an early warning spell. Will it go off if you're about to get hit by a car? When Dawn shows up, pissed that she's not allowed to help. Remember this, monkey? Xander and Anya especially act really weird around Dawn, who tries to sneak a peek at Giles' diary, which he quickly hides, and she moans at Buffy for not having the time to help her with her homework. Glory, meanwhile, is all handsy with her captive and offers to bone the location of the key out of him before sticking her fingers in his brain. It's present time.
This is extremely suspenseful. I want the presents.
And Dawn's gift is very personal, which makes everyone sad, so have a hug. Giles, Buffy and Joyce have a secret conversation in earshot of Dawn yet again, and she calls the gang out for talking about her and stomps off to her room, where she climbs out of the window and runs into Spike, who has bought Buffy a present. Dawn mocks him and admits she's planning on breaking into the magic shop, so Spike goes with her, where she pilfers Giles' diary, where she learns about the key and flashes back to when the crazy guy yelled at her and the snake eyeballed her. So Spike picks up reading and they both learn the truth about who Dawn really is. Buffy tells the girls that Riley didn't send her a birthday card when Dawn walks in having cut herself.
What am I? Am I real? Am I anything?
So everyone clears out. Dawn wants to know how old she actually is, and Buffy says 6 months, implying that her first appearance at the end of Buffy vs. Dracula was the point she was created, and she freaks out.
Maybe it's just another fake memory from my fake family.
So Joyce and Buffy leave. Buffy wants more information on the key when Anya discovers Spike's been there, so Buffy attacks him and yells at him, but he argues that he didn't know the truth, and besides, it's not his problem anyway.
Maybe if you had been more honest with her in the first place, you wouldn't be trying to make yourself feel better with a round of kick to Spike.
Joyce tries again with Dawn, but she's still understandably cranky.
You're not my mother.
And she flees, while Ben notices his latest patient, and Jinx fills him in on the Knights of Byzantium and mentions his and Glory's fates are linked. But Ben says Glory can't hurt him. That night, Dawn reads her diaries and eavesdrops on Buffy and Joyce before smashing up her room and destroying her diaries, which the others don't hear because they're too busy arguing.
The Slayer is the only thing standing between Dawn and this god from the bitch dimension that wants to shove her in some kind of lock and give her a good twirl.
Willow's spell goes off, alerting them to a fire upstairs and Dawn missing, so she regroups with the others at the magic shop in order to go look for her. Spike helps with the search and reassures Buffy that she'll find her, while Dawn seeks refuge at the hospital, where she goes to see the crazy people to ask for answers. And the Byzantium guy says she has to be destroyed, which doesn't help, and she runs into Ben. He tries to comfort her, but she tells him the truth and he freaks the fuck out and tells her to run because Glory's coming and transforms into her.
Hey, don't I know you?
Glory gets changed and asks what she's doing before security walks in, and now he's dead, and they decide to relocate. The Scoobies all meet up with Buffy fearing the worst, so they all head to the hospital while Glory questions Dawn about the key. Dawn plays dumb, and Glory says it was green and shimmery last time she saw it, and Dawn asks her to tell her more about its existence. You know, in case she's seen it lying around. Glory explains the key is old, but not as old as her, and it's not evil, but it does open a lock. But enough chit-chat. Glory is bored now and wants to brainsuck her. However, the gang rush in and take her on. Spike gets knocked out, Xander clonks her with a crowbar which she throws at Dawn, but Buffy takes the hit, and Willow and Tara cover her in glitter and disappear her, which causes Willow to collapse. Geronimo! Dawn says Buffy's not her sister, but Buffy doesn't agree, saying their blood is the same and they're sisters no matter where Dawn came from, and they hug it out. The episode ends with Dawn not being able to remember what happened to Ben. Okay, I'm about to say something earth-shattering. I actually like Dawn in this episode. It's no secret that I'm not a fan of Dawn. She's too whiny and annoying, and I know people saying, oh well, she's been through a lot, but no, she's been annoying from the start, before the weird things started happening to her, and before Joyce started getting ill. It's like they started her at an 11, and that was a mistake. But in this episode, her behaviour is well and truly justified. There have been signs for a while pointing to something being up, and I like that she takes matters into her own hands and pieces it all together. At first I wondered why she went to the hospital, but it makes perfect sense for her to seek answers from the only people who have ever given her any information. And she was clever to use the source, Glory, to get more of an idea as to what she is. Spike comes across a lot better in this episode. We see the start of his and Dawn's partnership, and they get to learn the truth together, as well as foreshadowing Dawn's tendency to nick stuff, and he gets to put Buffy in her place for taking him for granted and for the way she's treated people lately. And I appreciate that she sort of apologizes. Glory is once again farting around in the background, not getting much done, but we do learn the connection between her and Ben, which finally makes sense, except for that incredibly quick change and switcheroo in family. And we also learn that they don't share memories and that people can't remember their secret once they've seen them transform. I do wonder though why Buffy doesn't just make a decoy key to get Glory off her back. I know it wouldn't work indefinitely, but Dawn learns in this episode that the key used to be green and shimmery, but now it could look like anything. So Buffy could make something mystical looking, like the orb from No Place Like Home, was it? And be seen to be protecting it, which would keep Glory off Dawn's case until they could work out a plan. They could even go a step further, and once Glory knows Buffy was protecting this doodad, she could have it sent somewhere, which would get Glory out of town, at least for a little while. See? I could have been a Scooby. Our other bit of foreshadowing in this episode is Buffy and Dawn having the same blood, which will be vitally important at the end of the season, as well as being a nice sisterly connection and lending itself to the title of this episode. We have 7 deaths in this one. 3 humans, 2 Knights of Byzantium killed by Glory, and 1 security guard who got his neck snapped, also by Glory, and 4 demons, Glory's minions, who got their asses kicked by the Knights of Byzantium, which brings our running total to 14 humans, 1 transformation, 27 vampires, and 10 demons. So there you have it. That was Blood Ties. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, or come say hi on social media. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button, it really does mean a lot, or consider subscribing if you want to be sired by my channel. Alternatively, feel free to check out my other YouTube channels. Thank you so much for watching, I'll speak to you soon, and don't let the vampires bite.